everyone, I'm back. It's been a long, well, it feels like it's been a long time since I last sat down and did one of these videos. I felt like now is possibly the right time to do my Q&A, to answer any questions that you may have about how I found this cancer journey, anything that you would like to know. I am ready to answer all of your questions. I'm so grateful for everyone that sent questions in. I feel like I'm quite open about my situation, my journey, but a lot of people I feel are too scared to ask certain questions, so I felt that's why I wanted to do a Q&A, to be open, for you to learn. It helps me process things. So yeah, let's shut up, Jenna, and let's just get on with the questions. So let me have a look. I've just taken screenshots of all of the questions that people have asked. First one, it's an easy one. Is your wound from surgery healing well? Yeah, thankfully, touch wood, I've had no problems with any of my wounds. Surgery was June last year, so that's 8 months. Is it 8 months since surgery? So yeah, everything seems to be going well. Yeah, I've never had any problems with them healing. Radiotherapy has made them a bit firmer and a bit darker, but apart from that they're fine. And if we go back to like the first videos where I was talking about the scars, where I really struggled with them, I'm a completely different person. This side is now covered in scars, and honestly I feel so proud of them. Yeah, I think I've explained it before, but I'm so proud of them and I'm glad they've healed well. And yeah. Right, so next question, how do you juggle motherhood with self-care? I think that's hard even without cancer. Amen. Motherhood and self-care, it's a struggle. Then add cancer on top of that and you're really gonna struggle. But I think I was lucky enough to have my mum come up and look after the kids for a week, and Josh's mum would come and look after the children, so that gave me time to take some time for myself and my body to recover. I was able to take long baths with my arms stuck up here because of the PICC line. But yeah, it did really help that I was able to recover from chemo, from surgery, and be able to take that time for myself to understand my body. Yeah, and just take a little bit of a break. It was needed, even though all I wanted was to play with my children. I needed to take the time for myself, so then now I can be physically and mentally there for my children and for my husband, my family, my friends. So yeah, it's tough. If I didn't have family helping, then I think I would have really struggled with it, but luckily I was able to take that time to put a face mask on, have a bath, and just make sure I was okay with myself. No question, just absolute love for you. You are one of the most amazing people. Thank you. Don't feel it, but thank you. How are you so amazing? I promise you these are questions, I've not just put these in for myself. Thank you, Scott. I am very amazing. Just kidding. You are amazing, by the way. I have a 1- and 2-year-old and my heart breaks for you. Thank you. I feel, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird for me to read those, and I think I have to sit down later and read them again, but it kind of just goes in one ear and out the other. Not in a horrible way, but I need to work on myself to be able to accept those compliments. Next question, if they remove the tumour, you are cancer free now. Is the chemo just a precaution? You are so strong. Technically, yes, after surgery I am cancer free. They wanted to do the chemo and radiotherapy to mop up anything that may still be lingering. A lot of people will say, oh, wouldn't you prefer to have not gone through that? But I'm glad that I've had literally everything thrown at me and my body. Yes, chemo was hard, yes, radiotherapy was hard, but I would rather try everything and make sure that this cancer does one. I'm going through a stage now where I am realising that I will never be cancer free, if that makes sense. I may be free of cancer. Cancer may not be in my body, touch wood, let's hope. But, and this isn't to patronise at all, if you've not gone through cancer you won't realise, but once going through cancer I've realised that I will never be cancer free mentally. I will always be thinking every little ache and pain, oh, I wonder if that's the cancer, I wonder if I'm now stage 4, I wonder if the cancer's in my bones, which I am going through right now, but we'll talk about that maybe at another time. And I'll always have the trauma from this journey. I may have been positive and got through it, but it's hard. Physically and mentally, I'm now going through, now things have like slowed down, I'm now having to work on like my mental health and everything that this journey has done to it. Yeah, I'll stop there so I don't cry. But yeah, technically I'm cancer free. I am currently pushing, so they don't actually offer you a scan at the end of everything, which I kind of thought they would. They'd scan you, make sure cancer's gone, like what's happened to your body, but they don't offer that. So currently I'm pushing because I've never had the sit down to say you're cancer free, yay, celebratory dance. I've never had that. And yes, technically I should have been cancer free after surgery, but I've never had the cancer free conversation. And for my mental health, I feel like I need to have a scan to make sure that it has gone, or if there is anything still there we can sort it out now. I understand why they don't do the scans, but I don't. If that makes sense. Right, let's move on. Why is your husband such a legend? Thanks, Josh. You're so humble. He literally was the one to write that, and I hope I've embarrassed you now because that's your fault for not writing an actual question. Love you. The best way to check your breast and armpits. I feel like I'm never getting it right. I'm panicking over normal bumps on the body. I kind of was hoping this question wouldn't come up, but I'm glad it has. For me, I really struggle with this part, which may seem strange because I have always been encouraging anyone and everyone to check their body. But honestly, I haven't. I am really struggling with that part. I think, well, I know from finding the lump on this side, I now have trauma where I can't now check this side because I'm too scared. If I check this side I will find something, which sounds stupid because I know early detection is key to getting rid of the cancer, but I'm having to slowly build myself up to do it. I'm like slowly getting there where I'm feeling, but I can't fully do it because I'm just too scarred, literally, from finding the lumps on this side. But I'll put links in the description box with websites that show you how to check. But I feel like, as the question said, that like you're panicking over normal bumps on the body. Once you've felt your body, you checked it, you'll get used to all those lumps and bumps, and as you check it every month you'll be able to see, right, has that lump that was there, has that changed, is there anything different? You'll notice new things, you'll notice changes, which is key. So it's about getting to know your body, getting to know what should be there, what shouldn't be there. But yeah, I literally, I can't talk about this because I don't even do it. It gives me anxiety massively, and I need to work on that because now treatment is over. I need to be on top of everything to make sure that this cancer does not come back. Thank you for that hard question. Please don't judge me. Next question, has it brought you closer to Josh and the kids? I would say 70% closer, 30% tough. Because obviously we've all been going through this journey and having to learn together. So it has brought us closer, but then at times I've never felt more alone than in this journey. And that's not down to Josh or the kids, that's down to me and my journey. Also, Josh may not like me because of the amount of drugs that the amount of side effects that are in my drugs makes me a very snappy person, and I am publicly apologising to you, Josh. My hormones are everywhere, but it's definitely, the journey has definitely made me appreciate the moments I do have with my kids. I remember going through chemo, I really struggled with the separation of not being able to do the school runs, the normality of being a mum. So then when the moments came that I was well enough to be with them and to play, I was appreciative of that time. Have you found any hidden blessings in this journey? As I said in the previous one, like, it's made me appreciate the little things, like being able to play with my children. You just become more appreciative of anything and everything. Also, I feel like even though I've become snappy, I've become more patient and less judgmental, I feel, as people don't know what I'm going through when I'm walking around the shops, as well as I don't know what they're going through. So someone may be reacting in a way because they've just received some bad news. So yeah, it's definitely made me step back. I need to judge less. It's made me realise how much I depend on my husband and my family. I've been able to spend a lot of time with my family, which is always a blessing. I could go on forever. I've found there have been a lot of blessings that I have found through going through this journey. How have you coped on your bad days? Do you ever wonder why me? Of course. Of course it's gone through my head, why me? But then also, why not me? Just because I may be a positive person now, it just doesn't matter. Cancer doesn't care who you are, where you're from, how old you are, how smiley you are. The cancer's going to get you. Without sounding savage. But a lot of people say to me, they say, oh, it shouldn't be you. But to me, why should it not be me? If that makes sense. It's one of those things, and for me, I just had to realise that and realise, right, I've got this now, and whether I like it or not, I've got to do something about it. So I would rather go through this as being positive as I could, and trying to enjoy the situation, try and embrace the journey and learn something from it, instead of, yes, sometimes I've been in bed and woe is me, I'm having such a hard time, but I feel like I've been positive for a lot of the journey, and I feel like it has helped me. It's helped my family to be able to not just have a breakdown. When I have had bad days, all I wanted to do was just be by myself. I feel like throughout the journey you've got so many people talking to you, looking after you, supporting you, that sometimes I just wanted to block everything out and just be by myself. I don't know, that might just be me and being weird, but the silence was everything. How do you feel about cancer now? In a weird way, I'm not glad I had cancer, but I am glad that it has opened my eyes. I feel like I was quite naive in the cancer world. I didn't really know much about cancer. I've not had many people in my life go through cancer, so I was very naive to it all. So I'm glad it's opened up the opportunity to learn more about breast cancer and any type of cancer. Next question, how are Josh and your children coping? The children, fine. They're at the age where they don't really understand what's going on. I think I just saw, actually, I'll mix two questions together. Have you spoken to the kids about what you're going through? I was driving Alana to gymnastics the other day, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to ask her. And I said, Alana, what's wrong with mummy? Do you know why mummy's poorly? And she said, oh yeah, you get lasers. And I said, yeah, but why am I poorly? I spoke about the situation to her before, and they've always just known mum's poorly, but I felt like she's 5 and she doesn't really understand. So I explained it to her and said, mummy's got cancer, she's got a poorly boobie, that's why I had chemotherapy, which made me lose my hair. I then had my radiotherapy, which was the lasers, and in all honesty, she's just not phased. I've been lucky to be in a position where they haven't been that affected. Yes, I've had days where I've been in bed and they've had to stay away, or they need to wear masks around me, but I kind of made it my mission that if possible, I know it's not always possible, but if possible, I would be the normal mum that they've had for their whole life. They're just at the age where they not don't care, but they just don't really understand what cancer is and what could be the potential outcome of everything. But yeah, so in regards to the children coping, like, they've been absolutely fine. They've loved having like family come up and help, friends to come over and help. Like, to them it's been fun because they've had more interaction with friends and family than they normally would have, especially after COVID. But I would definitely say we all deserve and need a holiday, so we have holidays booked in for this year. Hallelujah, I cannot wait to have some quality family time, to be in the sunshine, hopefully, touch wood, COVID doesn't wreck anything. I'm so proud of our children and for Josh for how they've coped. Josh, bless him, he's like me, he's a positive person and he gets on with life, but I know it's been a struggle for him. He's had to be mum, dad, cook, clean, well, when mum's not around, cook, clean, working full time, and he's had to just pick everything up, and he's been amazing, but I know he has struggled and may still be struggling. I don't know, sorry Josh if I'm embarrassing you, but yes, I'm the one going through cancer, but he's going through this journey with me and having to deal with everything. So yep, he's a trooper, we love him. What were your symptoms? For me, I found the lump through putting my deodorant on. I lifted up my arm and for some reason I looked down, and as I did, I could see my breast was a different shape than what it normally was or should be. And that's when I felt it and felt a lump and found lumps on the side. So yeah, it's not like I was checking myself. If I'm honest, I've never checked myself, never thought I would have to. So yeah, luckily I was able to notice a difference and then found the lump through that. Once I found the lump, there wasn't much, it was just quite tender, that was kind of it. Just uncomfortable, really. They were the only real symptoms that I did have, but that's why it's key to check yourself consistently. Don't judge me because I'm saying that and I don't do that. You always remain so positive. Do you think that helped you with your fight against breast cancer? Definitely felt like being positive really helped me. Yes, I had my down days, but trying to make this journey a bit of a positive journey, it just, I don't know, just be able to go to chemo and just have a laugh with the nurses, even though I'm like sitting there with toxic stuff going into my body. Just being able to have a laugh makes the situation a little less scary. I just feel like with anything, having a positive attitude is gonna help you. And yeah, I really feel like being positive definitely helped me through all of this, definitely. Hopefully this makes sense and not too personal. We love a personal question. But what did the lump feel like? If I'm honest, I don't really recall what it felt like. All I know is that it was hard. I couldn't move the lump around. It was just kind of like I had a rock stuck in my boob. But I felt it, and then I probably only felt it like a few other times after. I was just too scared to keep feeling it, and it made me feel sick. Oh, has your hair grown back much? What styles are you looking forward to trying? Do I take my wig off? We'll see. Let's answer the second bit. What styles are you looking forward to trying? I'm just excited to see the different, to like experience all the different styles, because I would have never had a pixie haircut in my life. So now I get to see every stage. I know it's going to go through like the awkward like bucket stage. Hopefully I'll be going to Lucy Nixon and she'll be sorting me out. But yeah, I'm quite excited to be able to see myself in all the different stages of hairstyles. I'm still wondering whether I should dye my hair pink. I've just always wanted pink hair, and I've tried to find a good pink wig, and I just haven't. And I know I could spend a lot of money to buy one, but it's one of those I don't think I'd wear it that often to justify. Like this, I wear pretty much every single day, whereas I don't feel like I'd wear the pink one. So to try and justify having a pink wig, I don't know if I could do that. But yeah, has your hair grown back much? It has. It's taken a while, but obviously it will. My eyebrows are like slowly coming back, and my eyelashes. But yeah, my hair, as you can tell, I'm still not that confident. Right, Jenna, do it. Right, wig's coming off for a second. Ta-da! Oh no, it's all flat now. You can't really see. Can you see? Do you see my locks? I now, I can tuck my sideburns behind my ear now. It looks weird, but yeah, it's still thin in some areas, like here and a little bit at the back. But let me give you a tour of my bald, well, it's not bald anymore, my short hair. So yeah, I'm excited to oh, look at that. Yeah, so it's there. I'm excited to try different things and see how we go. But luckily I've got my wigs that will keep me, or keep me covered on the bad hair days, or the styles that I don't want anyone to see. Right, let me fix this. Ta-da! I'm like a new person. Right, thanks for that question, for throwing me right out of my comfort zone, but it's all good. Right, have I missed anything? Right, now you have done chemo, surgery and radiation, what's your status? Good blooming question. I don't know. Now, yes, chemo was hard, surgery was hard, radiotherapy was hard, but I feel like this is the stage it will be hard. So I finished everything and you're kind of just left in limbo. It's like you're sent off now, cancer free, and you just have to get on with your life. And this is now when I need to start working on myself and my mental health. And as I've said previously, I am desperate for a scan just to be given the all clear and find out what the heck happens next. All I know is I'm on tablets for 10 years, I'm on injections for 10 years. So yeah, the status is pending. I'm really struggling with it right now. I had a really bad week last week mentally. I just felt frustrated in the situation, in the hospital. There was just so much going on. Do I share? Yes, I share everything. So currently I'm having pain in my shoulder. Now I expressed this to the registrar and she said, okay, maybe I will send you for an x-ray, we can have a look and just make sure that it's not cancer in your bones, it's not stage 4. And I was like, great, that will put my brain to rest if it isn't. If it is, it means we can sort something out, but it will just be an answer. She went away, spoke to my oncologist, came back and said, oh no, he says there's no way this could be stage 4 cancer. We are going to prescribe you, it will probably be anti-inflammatory, so we'll give you ibuprofen and hopefully that will do the job basically. I'm meant to see you in 3 months time, but I'll push it to a month's time. We can see if the tablets have helped. Yeah, now I love the NHS, do not get me wrong, but when somebody says no way, I don't believe them anymore, because I was told at the start of this journey, there is no way you've got breast cancer. You are 31 at the time. There's no way you're too young. So when someone says there's no way you've got stage 4, you think, how do you know that? Surely for me, I would be like, yeah, okay, we'll send you for a scan just to cover my back. So yeah, so I'm currently fighting that one. We'll see how we get on. But yeah, so my status is just all over the place and I don't have a clue what's going on, but we're getting there. What were the hospital staff like? Chemo unit, well, the cancer centre I absolutely love, apart from the registrar. I've loved all my PICC line nurses, my chemo nurses. They've all been amazing. Tom will still forever be my favourite one. But you just become like a little family and it's a lovely atmosphere. Even though it's a pants situation, it's so lovely and they'll do anything and everything for you. So I'm so grateful for them, because obviously with COVID you are by yourself, so to have them be supportive and lovely really means everything. What else? What advice would you give someone in the same situation? Definitely say be kind to yourself. This is the time where you'll really struggle. You'll struggle with this new journey that you never planned to go on, and it will take some time to be at peace with everything. So I would definitely say be kind to yourself. Take some time for yourself. I know I've always felt like I was being lazy during chemo. I would just watch telly. I would literally watch box sets and that's all I would do. But I couldn't concentrate on books. I couldn't concentrate on anything else apart from just putting the telly on and watching something. And I struggled with that because I thought I should be doing more with my time. And then I was like, you idiot, shut up. Just lay in bed, watch telly. So definitely be kind to yourself and have a positive attitude. I know it's going to be tough, and there are going to be tough days and tough weeks and months, but having a smile on your face will make a difference to not only you but also people you come into contact with. Yeah, did you struggle with sympathy? I don't think so. It's a strange one, because obviously being young, it's not impossible, but it's rarer than an elderly person to have cancer. So I felt every time I would walk through to go get radiotherapy or I'd be in chemo, you would see other patients and their faces, you could see that they had sympathy and thinking, oh man, I can't believe she's here. And I kind of struggled with that a little bit, but then they're only doing it because they know how pants it is and they feel sorry for you. Were you scared to tell people? I don't think I was scared to tell people. I was more emotional at people's reactions. I didn't want to upset anybody, and it's a hard thing to say. You never know that you're going to say it, so there's no right or wrong way how to tell people. Yeah, but it was very overwhelming when once I'd like uploaded my video or I'd told people. It is an overwhelming situation because you have so much love and support being thrown at you, which is absolutely amazing, but then it's also very overwhelming because you're also trying to process that you've got breast cancer, and trying to hold it together when talking to people about your diagnosis. And yeah, it's a complicated one, but I definitely say I wasn't scared. I was just maybe nervous and just emotional would be the main one. I've left this until last because it was the most asked question. What has been the most difficult part of the journey for you? Where do I even start? I'd say first off, once I got diagnosed, the hardest part for me was coming to realise that I would lose my hair. Now, when the time came for me to lose my hair, I'd been so nervous since the chemo day one of having the chemo put into my body. Every day you're like checking your hair, like pulling at it to see if it will come out. And I think I reached to like just before 3 weeks. And I was like, it's still not coming out, it's still not coming out. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's coming out. I know I would have struggled more with my hair loss if I wasn't already going through another situation that was a bit more emotional than what the hair loss was. So at the time my nan was taken into hospital, and she was really sick, so that kind of it changed my thought process of losing my hair. And the day came where I had booked for my haircut or my shave, whatever you want to call it, and that was the day that my nan passed away. So I was able to realise, for me personally, losing my hair wasn't as much of a big deal as it was for me to lose my nan. My hair would grow back. So yeah, I had 2 pants situations, but one was a lot more pants than another one. So it gave me the courage to be able to come to terms with losing my hair. I hope that makes sense. It's just the priority. I had a priority that losing my hair wasn't as bad as losing my nan, and I know she was there with me, cheering me on when I was going bald. So yeah, that was what I thought would be the hardest part of the journey. It wasn't. because there were bigger things going on. Being alone at appointments, thanks to blooming COVID, literally going to surgery by myself, going to chemo by myself, radiotherapy. Well, radiotherapy, Josh could come and sit with me, so that wasn't that. But the chemo and surgery, like the hardest ones, and you want someone to be there. So I was scared of being by myself for all of those things. So that was definitely hard. Another thing, not being my normal mum wife self, that was definitely really hard, and I'm still struggling with it to this day. But I would definitely say the hardest thing for me right now is learning to love myself, and my mental health. My mental health is, I can't even talk about it because that's something I need to sort out. But I was talking to my auntie and cousin the other week, and I was telling them how that week was like the first week that I have looked at myself and not felt that, even though I've kind of gone back to that stage now. But I had a week where I loved myself. I loved how I looked. And yeah, it's hard because I may not have changed to people, but to me, I've like really noticed a difference in myself, in my body, in my features. So yeah, learning to love myself is one of my things on the to-do list. Hopefully I'll tick it off soon. But yeah, you lose, well, technically I've lost a whole boob, but you lose yourself in this whole journey, and I'm coming out a completely different person, and I hope that I will be able to look back and see how strong I've become and be the warrior that I said I was going to be on my first ever video. But yeah, I kind of I think that's everything. Last question, we'll end on a high instead of a depressed one. Oh my goodness. My favourite products that I've used throughout this journey. Now I've got like a bundle of stuff for different things. We'll start off with, should we do hair bits? So I've got tons of hair bits. So when I started losing my hair, it becomes very sensitive, very sore. Your scalp just, it hurts. And I was lucky to have a beautiful friend, Emily, send me this Lush Super Balm. There we go, it's focused. So the Lush Super Balm, yep, that really helped me on my hair loss journey. For my wigs, definitely I have been loving, oh, you can see I've been loving it, literally none left. Blue Walker tape to hold the wig down. This one I don't need to tape, this just sits on my head. But my blonde one I tape to my head. And then I use this on all my wigs. It's a scalp protector, Walker tape scalp protector. You just put it on underneath your wig, let it go a bit tacky, and then put it on, and it just stops it from being itchy and really helps. What else? I have been loving washing my wigs in this. It's the Herbal Essences sulfate free shampoo and conditioner. It smells amazing. My wigs are amazing from it. They smell amazing. I absolutely love the smell of this. But yeah, sulfate free is what you have to do for your wigs. I love them. Absolutely, you know, I've spoken about this before. Revitalash, the lash serum, incredible. Still using it all the time. This has been an absolute gem to have on this journey. To keep my eyelashes, well, before I lost my eyelashes, this full on gave me incredible lashes and I loved them. Now they've gone, I'm using this all the time to try and build up my eyelashes to grow back again. I just need them to come back in my life. So yeah, Revitalash. If you've lost lashes or you have pants lashes, this is your go-to. Wild, I've started using their deodorants. Just through things that I've read, I've decided to stop using spray deodorants, and now I use this. They have incredible scents. This one I've got is rhubarb, and oh my word, it smells amazing. Yeah, check them out. It's a good one. Sent this Jennifer Young, the nail oil. Now my nails are absolutely horrific. Chemo has ruined them, but this has been amazing. The nail oil, it really helped when I was going through chemo. I used this and it was a gem, but I ran out and I need to order some, and now my nails are awful. So I stand by this, the nail oil. My eyes, I don't know whether it's because I've been like rubbing them or not having eyelashes, but they become really, really dry. Now they were dry before, but now really dry. So I splurged and bought this, and I'm so glad I did, because it's made a huge difference when I apply makeup or if I just need some hydration. It's the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. It's a teeny tiny pot for the price you pay, but it lasts. Absolutely love that. If you want an eye cream, this is the one. And last one is my eyelashes. I absolutely love these, because it's so strange when you don't have eyelashes. Well, you don't realise how much of a difference not having eyelashes is going to make. So yeah, I've been wearing eyelashes, but I didn't want like my normal ones when I went out, like the big ones, to be my day-to-day eyelashes. So I purchased some. They're the Isla Natural, what number is it? 31. Honestly amazing. They're short but they're full. I don't want to get too close because I feel like that's a bit too. Can you see? Can you see that they're just like natural lashes? Like, I've had a lot of friends say, oh, you've still got eyelashes, and I'm like, no, they're falsies. Yeah, I love them. Natural, but just give me a bit of an eye shape instead of a bald eye. But yeah, there's probably tons more products that I've used and I love and I've forgotten about, but my chemo brain is still intact and I can't remember who I am sometimes. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's been informative. I hope I've not just bored you and you're now wondering why we're friends. But yeah, thank you so much for all of your questions, all of your love, all of your support. Hoping to do a radiotherapy video soon, but thank you so much.